influence, right? So I'll give you an example. I might see a billboard, right, digital or out of home, or even just a static out of home ad. And then I come home and I see a TV ad. Maybe on the way I heard an audio ad, right? And then I'm on Facebook and I see an ad and I click. How do we ensure that the out of home ad, gets some credit? They didn't get all of it, right? It was reinforced by other channels for sure. But how do you make sure that it doesn't get overlooked?
Yeah, so that's the real kind of rub here, right? Because you got a couple different signals to go through this, right? And they're biased and they don't work the same across all these channels. So you mentioned, hey, like for digital channels and targetable channels, I can sometimes see I served an impression, I served a click, and then this person converted. For out of home, you don't really have that luxury, right? You don't know if someone saw an ad. So traditionally you might look at a data-driven exercise, right? So if I look at my sales historically, and I look at places where I'm spending it out of home, or time periods where I've spent more or less into out of home, do I see sales move together with those things, right? This is the sort of modeling approach to marketing effectiveness. You build a big model, you put your marketing inputs, some other inputs, and you try to describe how these things impact sales outcomes. Which, look, it starts to try to get at some of the questions that you were talking about. But it has a challenge, right? Like models can't tell if things are correlated or causal, right? Like you mentioned Wanamaker. The other great example people always bring up is like, if you told one of these models what causes shark bites, the model would tell you ice cream sales drive shark bites, right? Because whenever ice cream sales go up, shark bites are correlated with that. Well, it's like, okay, ice cream doesn't cause shark bites, and we laugh at that dumb example. But if you're just looking at the data, when do shark attacks happen? In summer months when people are at the beach and things like that. Well, when do ice cream